Hey guys, Mike Dell here. Today I'm going to show you guys my weather forecasting tools I use to make sure that when I'm heading out, the weather's going to be as good as it can be and I'm not wasting my time. So let's chuck on the headset and dive into the computer and let's see what we can do, eh?
Alright, welcome inside my desktop here. I have opened a browser and we have the tabs along the top of all the applications we're going to be going through today of choosing the best place for a dive or a fish. So first off, there have been other videos on YouTube. They go into pretty good depth on understanding the swell, period, chop, all the jazz we need to know, probably in a bit more depth. So today I'm going to give you more of a raw rundown of what I do to quickly find a spot and day we're going to go for a dive or a fish. So we have windy.com. We also have predict wind. I don't like to use this one. You have to log in, you have to choose a location, or you have to pay for having more locations pre-saved. Maybe I'm wrong, but hey, I prefer to use windy.com. It's a lot user friendly. It's free. You can up to, what's that, like 5-6 days, and then you can pay for a subscription on your mobile for up to 15 days. Now, we are absolutely getting hammered with westerly winds, which is a good sign for summer to come. Blowing northerly warm waters down, but just getting smoked here. So really struggling to get out for a fish here on the west coast or a dive. Yeah, hopefully things change very soon. So first off, we're going to go through windy.com, and the first one we're going to need obviously is wind. Wind creates swell and chop on the ocean, blows in debris, worsens visibility. We want low wind. We want it to be under 10 knots. 10 to 15 knots makes whitecaps, pretty choppy conditions. So no wind to 10 knots is acceptable in my books. We want a offshore wind. So if we're on the east coast, we want the wind going out to sea. So all of this coast in here is all protected. An onshore wind is going to blow all that rubbish in. It's going to worsen it. So automatically, west coast is off the books. Not even going to bother looking at it. An example, next time you drive past a pond or a lake, you'll see a smooth, shiny side, and then halfway along the lake or pond, it'll be all ripples and waves are over here, and you'll see all the ducks over this way. Yeah. Anyway, that's a good example of what you're gonna you could appear to on land sometime while you're driving. Anyway, move on. Second of all is rainfall. We don't want any rain. We want minimal rain as possible. 1 to 3 days out, at least from a dive. Fishing's not too bad, but also if you're going out over a bar, you don't want it to be, have a massive downfall the night or day before or whatever. It's going to worsen the conditions. That's also subject to the terrain and the soil type around that area. For example, around Wellington, it's very rocky. It kind of naturally filters everything out quite well. You can get away with 1 to 2 days of since rain and you'll be sweet. Whereas if you're on the east coast here, it's very silty, like Papari rock. It becomes very milky very quickly for a long time. It takes a long time to settle. So like Tora and things, it's renowned for low visibility, well protected, and that's why there's lots of sea life out there, right? The next one we're going to look at is forecasting models, ECMF, WMF, no, ECMWF. They updates twice a day, every 12 hours. GFS updates 4 times a day. It's less accurate, 22k accuracy, 9k accuracy on the first one. So leave it on there. But if you're really wanting to get to like getting optimistic and you want to see further out or sooner, you want to see if the forecast has changed, because often you remain on this one and you're checking it, nothing's changing. It's because it hasn't actually updated. GFS updates more often. For the purposes of this video, we'll just keep it on the CMF. We want offshore winds and no rain, right, to summarize. Some of this is also going to be trial and error for the locations. Sometimes there's just natural formations or natural flows and currents that's just going to whisk anything away and it's going to be great. So let's go through a bit of a process of finding somewhere to dive. I drive like 2 hours and I can be anywhere along here. It's pretty cool, but 2 hours is a long way. I want to optimize and know exactly where I'm going and have a good time. So let's grab the slider and run the slider along. We can see some blue over here, which is really good. Blue is giving us 2 knots, 1 knot. Orange, purple, red, 26 knots. It's not good. Pretty much wipe off this area. In saying that, if you want to get in close, really close, like Breaker Bay, Moa Point, Shark's Tooth, somewhere on the south coast, it's going to be protected. It's going to be flat and close, but don't venture out too far. It's going to be mint, but personal limits. Experience. If it gets too rough, just call it. Just get out of there. So we're looking at here for Thursday. We've got a bit of a northeasterly coming in. Could blow in debris. westerly. Oh, there's a bit of a protected area that could be worth looking at in the afternoon. So let's use that as an example. Looking at Thursday, so we're going to go to SwellMap. Oh, look at that blackhead point. That's the area. So I reckon 7s, not too bad for boating. 5 knots, 8 knot gusts. Chopper's pretty low, that's good. Sea is under a metre. Friday, similar. Less of a sea swell, less chop, slightly more chop actually. Now we move along to surf forecast. So we've typed in Podity, which is, there it is. So surfforecast.com is kind of counterintuitive. It's a website used for surfers to predict how good the surf is going to be. So we want the opposite. Okay, so there's 2 stars today, and that's because of this big red marks here. This energy, this swell pushing in. So Thursday, not too bad, but there was a bit of a surf on the beach. The wind is good, it's westerly, it's going out. It's sunny, nice. This is under 100. This is what you want. I'm probably going to lean to the afternoon for a dive. Same here, so there's no surf rating. That's good. Very low energy. There's probably going to be hardly a wave. It's going to be mint day at the beach. We do have 20k an hour winds, so maybe, I don't know, 10 knots. It's going offshore. It's a tick in the box. Low tide is 3 p.m. Good time to go. Sweet, looking like Thursday or Friday, maybe even Saturday. Look at that, that's cool. Yeah, Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. So after we've done that, we're going to have to check out the previous weather. So we've gone to Waipak, which is the nearest kind of weather point for that. We're going to go past weather. And so yesterday, in the last 30 days, we're going to see how much rain they've had. And yesterday they've had 21.8 mils. It's going to take a few days for it to clear out and clean up. So just immediately, that's kind of wiped that location off, unfortunately. Maybe Saturday could be worth a look. I reckon it'll be good to go. So then you go back to windy. We're going to go, are they going to have more rain? Getting close to Saturday. You could have a few showers on Saturday, perhaps, around the area. But it's looking good. It's like easterly coming in. Could blow it in. Blowing some debris back to a westerly. And Saturday afternoon. So that's kind of my process there, what I'd do. And I would keep an eye on that throughout the week. You know, locations could change with each model, and that's all you have to do really. So this in a nutshell here, guys, is kind of summed up what I do to find somewhere to go for a fish or a dive. Let's hope the weather gets better for summer, and hopefully this helps you guys find a spot to be safer and make the most of your days. Cheers. Thanks for watching, guys.